I'm on my way to pick up the Tesla from a charging point. We arrived at our accommodation and we didn't expect it, but it actually has some electric car chargers around the back. So we just plugged the car in overnight and it should be fully charged again. And here's our beautiful Tessie, all plugged in. So cool, I don't think I've shown you. You like just approach it with your key and look, opened up. So we're all fully charged here and we just press the little unlock button and now I can release the little charger. I can pull it out. There we go. Okay, so I'm in the Tesla now and what I'm about to do is drive it over to where our little house is. So it's just parked right outside. It's not far to get to the charging point, literally. The walk took me about 2 minutes, but it's quite nice to keep outside the house. We can just jump in. The car is just on, like you do not turn it on. There's no engine turn on, literally. I'm just gonna put it into drive. Silence, and then it's just going. I do not think anybody's coming. Boom! That's a speed bump. It's all okay. It just feels so controlled. And here we are. I'll reverse into a spot. Be daring, you know. I cannot reverse for the life of me, but oh my god, I cannot go straight. There we are. We have arrived. First on our agenda was a walk up the Drummond Hill to the Black Rock Viewpoint. The hill is just to the north of Kenmore village and conveniently just on the doorstep of our cottage. It's an uphill walk through beautiful forests and the views do not disappoint. That afternoon, we went on our second walk of the day, a narrow forest path snaking through rhododendrons at the side of the River Tay. The trail follows the river on the opposite bank to Taymouth Castle. You can actually take two trails, one right by the river, which is perhaps the funnest route as you have overgrown undergrowth to contend with, or you can take the main path, which passes fields of horses and a folly. If you follow the trail far enough, you can reach the abandoned Chinese bridge, a decaying Tudor cast iron bridge which is closed off to the public for safety reasons. It had been a lovely walk, but after 2 walks in one day, I was more than ready to rest for the evening. The following morning, we headed to the outskirts of Aberfeldy town to visit a very popular site known as the Birks of Aberfeldy. A stunning waterfall called the Falls of Monest stands at 150 metres at the top of a gorge and cascades down on countless levels. The gorge itself was named after a poem by Scottish poet Robert Burns, who wrote the Birks of Aberfeldy in 1787. Birks is a Scottish word for birch trees, which cloak the slopes of the gorge. Walking through dense woodlands beside the river was peaceful, but then I attempted to fly my drone at the very top of the falls. Over the years, I feel I have become a competent drone pilot, but something here went very wrong, and I lost control of my drone. It veered into some trees, over the huge gorge, and I was convinced I'd lost my poor Droney. By some way of a miracle, I managed to regain control, and he survived to live another day. So much of a risk for very subpar footage. Oh well, you live and learn. Although we were pretty tired after our walk, we weren't quite ready to return to our cottage. Instead, we decided to journey from Kenmore to the other end of Loch Tay through a picturesque village called Killin. The drive itself yielded some magnificent views of the loch, as well as rolling fields and tall mountains. As we were visiting in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, restaurants and cafes weren't available for us to visit, and instead we just drove through, passing the Falls of Dochart, a beautiful set of falls where, on a sunny day, you can paddle in. We made our journey to and from Killin in a circular loop and headed back on a single-track road on the south side of Loch Tay. The road passed through untouched forests, and we managed to spot a red deer and a red squirrel, both too fast for my camera. Before long, we were once again driving through Kenmore village, marvelling at the gorgeous views on all sides. We awoke on our final full day in Kenmore to partake in one last walk. We made our way through Kenmore village to Taymouth Castle. Taymouth Castle is situated within a golf course. Built in the footprint of an older castle which was demolished in 1806, Taymouth Castle is regarded as the most important privately owned castle in Scotland. The castle has been empty since 1982 and purchased in 2005 to turn into a luxury hotel and golf course. Money issues brought the development to a halt, and it has remained in a state of limbo ever since. The golf course is well maintained, but no golf is allowed to take place on the course. I enjoyed wandering through the grounds, taking in the scale of the beautiful neo-Gothic style castle, and just like that, our fleeting visit to Kenmore came to an end, far quicker than I would have liked. It had been a peaceful few days of walking on some gorgeous trails and cooking delicious food in our cottage. I had only seen a taste of what Scotland had to offer, and knew I'd have to come back one day to explore more.